started studying in Barcelona, so it was kind of good because I was skating and studying at the same time. And then the second year in Barcelona, I couldn't pay myself. Like I couldn't pay. My parents didn't have enough money. It was the 2008 crisis, whatever. So I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
give up on university, but I somehow managed to pull through.
yeah.
Day one, I talked to day one a little bit, and he's like, "Yo, I love your skating, man. I love your skating." So it's kind of insane. Like later on, when I turned pro, I put my hometown logo on my first pro board.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of MC Stories podcast by Madars Apse. You can listen to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Radio Public. You can support the podcast on Patreon. And on this episode, I have a very special guest. It's a little different from the other podcast because this podcast is about skateboarding. And right now, I have professional skateboarder Madars Apse, which is amazing pro skater. And if you watch his parts, you already know. So Madars, hi.
Hello. I hope my internet connection is good enough.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Where are at
Well,
right
yeah,
now?
I'm from Latvia, but right now I'm in Lithuania visiting my girlfriend. And yeah, just here for 1 week. Hopefully, gonna go skate as well. And we're staying right next to a forest. Went in the lake today. It was really cold, but yeah, Lithuania for 1 week. I'm happy to be talking to someone from Slovakia.
Yes, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for accepting my invite. I really appreciate it. Having someone like you in the podcast, it's amazing.
Would be nice to go to Slovakia one day for maybe some event or skate some streets.
Yeah,
Did you ever
sure,
have
sure.
some professional skaters come?
Well, yeah, Marek Zapražny,
Like
he's like a really good skater. He
he's
skates
the
from Primitive. Paul Rodriguez
I
shares
know
him a
Marek.
lot. Yeah, you know him, right? And
Yeah, of
then,
course, he's my friend.
yeah, that's amazing.
Of course,
That's amazing. And Roman Lishuka, another great skater.
I know him a little bit too, but they're not from Slovakia, are they?
Oh, they are. They just don't live in Slovakia anymore.
Okay, because I thought Marek was like from Prague or something, but I guess not.
Hey, yeah, like the skaters, that really good skaters here, once they get on like the amateur level, like they're not flow anymore, they usually move to Prague because Prague has better street spots and has the Stalin Plaza, which is like legendary skate spot. It's like whole marble ledges and stair sets and stuff. So they usually move to Prague because also the
Yeah.
sponsors are better there, and just the whole skate community is bigger than in the Slovakia.
What about Peter Horvat? Is he from Prague or is he from Slovakia as well?
I think he's from Prague. I think he isn't from
Okay,
Slovakia. But the Prague is like,
he's one of the best styles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He has great style. Yeah, a lot of great skaters from Prague. Like Prague is amazing. Cheers. Prague is amazing. The spots there are amazing, and the skate community is really big. And it's 4 hours from here, so it's pretty close.
Yeah, I used to go there with my friends from Latvia. We would get in the car driving, and we would go to Mystic Cup. I would skate the contest, pay like $100, and after the contest, I would stay the weekend and or stay a couple days more and skate streets, skate the Stalin Square.
Yeah, I met a lot of good skaters at in Prague. Like I've met Chris Cole, Jamie, no, Jamie Thomas, no, but Tommy Sandoval, Lizard King, Super
Yeah,
Team, like a lot of amazing skaters.
Fallen Team.
Yeah, Fallen Team,
Mm,
yeah, and Super also, like the Lizard King, Spencer Hamilton, Furby, a lot of
amazing.
amazing skaters. Yeah, it's
Cool.
amazing that someone who you watch like for years you just get to meet him, and it's amazing. Great feeling.
That's why I used to go to Prague as well myself. I used to go to Prague to see all those skaters. Then I used to go to Basel, Switzerland to see all the European skaters. But yeah, Prague had the Mystic Cup, which was like world championship. So
Yeah, Mystic Cup is amazing. Really big
all the
contest,
good
yeah.
guys.
And
Mhm.
the people that the tricks that are doing there, it's like out of this world. I've seen this guy, he did like front foot impossible to board slide. I don't know how he even made
Yeah.
it. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game or something, you know? It's amazing. But right now we'll
Was that
start.
Austin Seaholm or no? Probably not.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I thought it, I thought it was Austin Seaholm, but I guess not.
No. It was some Czech guy, some local.
Okay.
So we're gonna start from
All right.
when did you start skating and how did you get into it? Start the podcast.
2001, I started skating because there was a skate park across the street from where I live. So I tried rollerblading, then skating, then BMX, and I turned back to skating because that was the coolest from them all. And yeah, the skate park's very nice. And the first contest I skated, I got first place. So then I was like, all right, I get first place. Maybe I should keep doing this. So I kept doing it
You
and
got
kept
first
getting
place
first place.
like after what time of skating?
Just like I started skating in August, and then in May I got first place, or June I got first place. So 1 year.
Damn, that's amazing. How many tricks did you know at that point? How many could you do?
I could do early indie grab, fakie tail style on the biggest transition, rock to fakie, and a bunch of ollies and stale fit like roast beef, just like basic tricks. And it was the contest for kids. It wasn't like for everybody. It was just the young kids.
Oh, sure.
Mhm. That gave me like a motivational push.
Yeah, and then how it from that point how it moved on.
Well, I kept skating. The contests in Latvia kept getting first places, and then my parents would support me. They would take me to European skateboard championships or like simple session in Estonia. And that's when I really would see all the older skaters and how high they really can jump. You know what I mean? What kind of rails and what kind of ledges those guys really skate. And then I was like, okay, every time I would go to a contest, I would come back home and then I would just be like next level, like practicing, like skating, like as if it was nothing, like a new person, basically. Like if I would see them in person, then I would come back to Latvia and just shred. And yeah, then I would just keep going to contests in Europe. I started filming video parts in my hometown and in Riga, Latvia, with my friend, and then I showed this stuff to the Element Europe team manager. That was around the same time that they released Rise Up, which was the Element Europe movie. And around that time is when I was like, oh damn, Element Europe is a legit thing. It's like a real thing. So I started sending them my videos, or actually showed them my video, and I actually made like a CV type of thing, like a portfolio where you could go through the portfolio and see all the contests that I won and see like a photo with me with all my medals and diplomas in one photo. And yeah, basically I got to meet all those like Element Europe skaters. I got to meet Pirkka Polari, who's on Element Europe. And then soon after that, I got to go to these contests, and instead of staying in my own hotel, they let me stay with them because they already knew me and they seen what I was doing. So I didn't have to pay for the hotel after like a year or two of going to the same contests. So I would stay with them in the hotel and then get to meet the guys, and then I would go visit Pirkka in Finland. I'd go film with him and just kept doing the things, filming in the streets. And in 2008, like 7 years later, after I started skating, that's when the Element Europe team manager noticed that I have a big push inside me and I really want to make it happen. And he asked me to be in the team and he offered me like a 300 euro salary, which I was like, whoa, insane. Just when I turned like 18, when I was about to turn 18.
Yeah, I mean, like, it used to be a lot, and like, especially when you're 18, like, right now it changed a lot because kids want a new iPhone and stuff, so they get everything they want. But a couple of years back, getting 300 euro salary at 18 years old, it was like amazing.
Yeah. And that was around the same time that I had already applied for university in Barcelona. So I started studying in Barcelona. So it was kind of good because I was skating and studying at the same time. And then the second year in Barcelona, I couldn't pay myself. Like I couldn't pay. My parents didn't have enough money. It was the 2008 crisis, whatever. So I
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
give up on university, but I somehow managed to pull through. I got the university to give me a discount in exchange for sponsorship and promoting the university. And yeah, then after that, I could basically pay for my own school because I was on Vans, and Vans started to pay me a little bit too. And then I got on DC, and Element salary maybe got a little bit bigger. So then I could pay my own university after that.
And you finished university?
And yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know
I
that.
finished both bachelor's and master's. Yeah.
Amazing, I didn't know that.
So after that, yeah, I was studying in Barcelona and then 1 year in London, and then I took a couple of years off, and then in my hometown, I did a commercial for my hometown university, and they were asking me what I want to be paid, and I asked for education, and they were like, "No way, really?" So they gave me education.
Because
2 years I had to study.
most skaters drop out of high school, you know, so doing university and skateboarding, yeah, it probably must have been a shock to them. Amazing. And
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. Kind of tough. Barcelona, London was easy. But when I was doing my master's, that's when it was kind of harder because I really didn't want to write that master's thesis, which is 100 pages
yeah.
about some like just writing the same sentence for 100 pages, you know.
And how was the skating in Barcelona? Like, you probably haven't been to spots before. So what was the first thought when you seen like a Magba and the spots like this?
I had been in Barcelona before studying there. I went with my friends. Like we were like 10 people from Latvia, and we all decided, all right, let's go to Barcelona. We all rented this one big apartment and we stayed there. So I already knew the city a little bit. But going there for the first time, it was just super cool, especially because I was going with my friends. So we would just like do whatever we want, like hang out at nighttime, drink some beers, maybe smoke a doobie, and watch some kung fu movies, and then go skate in the morning in the daytime. My friend would be filming everything, and it was amazing.
Sounds
Barcelona
like
is cool.
really
And
good
then when I
times.
moved to skate, yeah, and then when I moved to live there, it just kept on going. I got to meet all the locals, kept skating. I didn't go to the bar as often as all the locals because I had to go to university. So I didn't get carried away with drinking. I would just skate and study, and then maybe once a week, twice a week, I would go to the bar. But yeah, I just kept skating, trying to film
Amazing.
video parts always, you know.
Yes, that's amazing. And you probably, I haven't seen those clips like from those early years of yours. I haven't seen those clips. Are they online or is it only in your hard drives or whatever?
It's like I film this video part. Get Busy Living is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you saw that.
Yeah.
And before Get Busy Living, there was this Travel Well little like promo thing, which was for Element that I filmed. And then also around at about the first year when I was in Barcelona, that's when we filmed the Vans because I used to skate for Vans, and they made this movie called 1966. and I had a video part in there too, which not many people have seen, I think, because
Yeah, I haven't seen that part.
soon after that I went to skate for DC.
Yeah, like the
And
Element and DC are probably your longest time sponsors because they have been sponsoring you for like over a decade, almost 2 decades. So that's amazing. So
yeah,
Element,
Element.
then
I
you
started,
skated for Vans a little, and then DC. Those were your two sponsors, or did you have any other at that time?
I started skating for Element in 2003, 2003 or 2004. So I've been on for like 16 years, 17 years on Element. Started in the skate shop, then Element Europe, and then Element Global, because I used to go to California and I still do. But when I started skating in the skate shop, I was skating for S shoes, and then S shoes, Element skateboards, and then I moved to Vans shoes, then DC shoes, and Red Bull started as well around like 2005. So I've been on Red Bull for a while, and GoPro came along later, and yeah, just OJ wheels, mosaic bearings, Ashes grip tape, Paradox grip, and mom and dad, like many sponsors. I used
No.
to go and talk to the city council, and the mayor of my hometown actually gave me some money too, couple times. At first, he would give me money to go to contests, so I would have travel budgets to go to European skateboard championships. And later on, when I turned pro, I put my hometown logo on my first pro board.
Yeah, I remember that. I
They,
remember the first pro board. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Like I love it. Like
yeah, and they paid.
that's the supporting. That's like support from them that they gave you money, and that's like your support back and the thank back for like that they supported you and putting the logo on the first deck. That's amazing.
Well, now the mayor is in jail, which kind of sucks, but he got to had to go to jail because of corruption, whatever.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
life, he supported me. He built the skate park, and I'm super thankful to him, anyways.
That's amazing. And you're like really loyal with your sponsors because you stay with the same sponsors for years. Right now, the skaters switch sponsors like every year or every few months. You know, like they skate for one brand and then skate for another and stuff. So you're like really loyal with the brands.
Yeah,
That's amazing. That's amazing. And
I got
also,
offered to skate for Monster Energy drink.
mhm,
Like Monster asked me to skate for them.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were gonna give me a bigger salary, and I said no. I don't know. I said no. Stayed with Red Bull, and then a year later, Red Bull wanted to fire me because I'm not wearing the hats too often. But then I also, I guess, Enjoy. Louis Barletta from Enjoy tried to get me on, and I was like, oh, should I skate for Enjoy or not Element? But in the end, I decided to stay with Element.
That's
That was
amazing.
last year.
And the Red Bull series are like the skate tales. That's amazing. Probably no
Oh,
one has like that show in skateboarding, and you having it, it's like amazing. Like visiting Bam Margera and this stuff, it's like like for the community gives you a lot of backstage and how the skateboarding community works and stuff. It's amazing. So
yeah, it's
that's
like a
great.
dream come true to go visit Bam for sure.
Yeah, bump the hill again.
Yeah, gotta do it switch.
Wow, doing it switch. Phew. It looked really crazy, man, and I don't know how it can look in reality because in the video everything looks, like softer. Even like when you meet a pro skater first time in your life, like you watch the video, you see them jump off something, and you say, okay, looks good. But once you see it in person in real life, it's like the pop is so high, and it's such a hype that you know you can't imagine it. Like in the video, it looks really softer than it looks like reality. So how did that hill look like in person?
Well, it was like a regular hill, except that there's no rollaway. I would have to jump on my ass and just fall because there's a forest in front.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no rollaway, but the hill is mellow. It's a mellow hill. It's okay. I
What
did it
was
a couple times. I think 2 times I did.
what was the scariest thing you ever skated?
Damn, it's hard to say. Hard to say what's the scariest thing that I ever skated. Usually, like those scary things that don't even try. If I'm too scared, I'm not gonna skate it. So I don't know. Like in my last video part, I did a board slide over like a triangle type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. That was
That was
crazy.
scary.
In that video part, you skated a lot of crazy stuff, like stuff that people would never imagine is skatable.
Yeah, just skating everything. Trying to think out of the box.
Yeah, that's like a couple skaters that skate like unbelievable things, like Devon Sang probably being the best known for this, but also you and Evan Smith, like you skate some crazy stuff. And if we go to the
Yeah,
video
thank you, thank
parts you
you.
made, we're in the point of the DC video that you had your
Yeah.
part. What was like after Future Nature, or what came next?
Uh, well, first I filmed for Vans. I filmed that video part for Vans. Then there was Travel Up, Element Promo, Get Busy Living for Element, and then it was Where You At for DC Europe,
Yeah, yeah.
and some more like Element, like smaller videos. But I guess Future Nature after that, or around the same time came out Future Nature. But I'm not sure if DC came before Future Nature, but that's it. And then my pro part, Subject Matters, like a pro part. Then I had like a little shoe commercial for DC. And then the last one is Domino for DC. And currently I'm filming a new part. Hopefully I can go out in the streets and get some clips for Element for next year. Because next year Element is gonna turn 30-year anniversary.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And it's amazing, like from the Future Nature, like there was Julian Davidson, Nick Garcia, Evan Smith, like all of you turned pro at like probably like around the same time, like around that year or two. It's amazing to see that all of you get pro and you hang out and know each other. It's amazing to see,
Yeah, I
like
think
the
I'm the only
evolution.
one that's here for Element. Me and Nick Garcia. That's it. Nobody else. Boo
That's amazing.
Johnson left. Evan left. Julian left.
Yeah, but like all of you turned pro around the same time. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was like the strategy,
That's amazing.
company strategy.
How was it like when you became pro? Did you know it or they surprised you?
Well, the team manager asked me if I wanted to be a surprise or if I wanted to be part of it. So I said I want to be part of it because the surprise was already ruined.
Yeah, makes sense. And you put the logo on the deck. Yeah.
I put the logo on the board, and the city mayor paid me for that.
And what was it like when he first told you that you're going to be pro?
It was just whatever. He's like, "Yo, Matters, do you want to turn pro? Do you want it to be a surprise or no?" It was just casual, just casual question and answer. And for me, it's hard to surprise me because for me, I just like you can be the craziest surprise, but I still will take time to like get the information, process the information through my head. It's gonna take a couple days, couple weeks. It took a long time until I realized that I'm actually pro because to me, I just never really thought that I could be in a team with Chris Cole or Nija or Mikey Taylor or like Sean Malto and Wes Kramer and Evan Smith. Like to me, like I was always like more of a fan. I was fanning. I never thought of myself as being the pro. And until Evan Smith, he actually was like, "Yo, Matters. Now it's our time. Now we are like Chris Cole was for us. Now we are the same for other people." So it's hard for me to get to this idea, but I'm learning, and I think I got it nowadays, and trying to do my best.
Yeah, and talking about like you being a fanboy, what were some of the first pro skaters you met? Like from that team, yeah, but like the later, like the more well-known, like the American professional skaters.
Well, when I was a kid, I went to Switzerland to European Skateboard Championships, and that was around the same time when This Is Skateboarding came out. That VHS tape, America Shoes released This Is Skateboarding, and when I went to Switzerland, pretty much the whole This Is Skateboarding team was there. Like Andrew Reynolds, Brian Herman, Spanky, like Eric Ellington, just like they were in the video. I seen them in real life. I took a photo with Andrew Reynolds, and when I went to Prague Mystic Cup, I took a photo with Tosh Townend, and yeah, seeing like a lot of amazing skaters like Dylan Reeder in Mystic Cup. He was the same size as me, like super small kid. So yeah, seeing Dylan Reeder and Gershon Mosley, who's like more of an OG, and like a lot of guys that I didn't even know, but I was there, like I seen it going down. And but yeah, basically those are the guys that I met. And then one time I did a road trip with my parents across Europe, and when we went to Marseille to skate, like to Marseille City, I told my parents, "Yo, we gotta skate this bowl. There's this bowl in Marseille." So we stopped and I skate this bowl in Marseille, and guess what? A fucking huge bus arrives next to the skate park, and it's got the whole audio team in it. Like it was around the
Wow,
same time that I watched One Step Beyond was my favorite video, one of my favorite videos. And then boom, like this van stops and everybody just jumps out of the car like running to the skate park like the best bowl in the world. So they were there for the same reason as I was there, but they thought I was a local. They're like, "Look at this local ripper," and I was just like, I'm not local. But I didn't tell them, I just skated. And Ernie Torres was there, Ernie Torres and Brian Sumner and like all those guys from One Step Beyond. Like they were doing some mega tour and I saw them. So yeah, and then when I skated Simple Session in Estonia, Bastian Salabanzi was there. And that was like a crazy experience. There was Bastian Salabanzi, Mike Vallely, and like a bunch of other skaters like Chris Ostrom from Sweden. He was like one of the top guns in Europe at the time. And I got second place in that contest in 2005.
that's amazing.
And Salabanzi was first. Yeah.
Yeah, Salabanzi was ripping at the time. He was a beast. He was great. And
Yeah, he still is. He got a new video for last week.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but the stuff he was doing at that time, like because skateboarding progresses really fast, and it was like at that time he could do stuff that nobody else could. You know what I mean? It's like
For
amazing.
sure.
And when did you come first to America?
And then I was always, huh?
First time in America. What
First
was
time in
it like
America?
there?
Insane. It was like a culture shock. Just going down the street and seeing Antoine Dixon on the other side of the street, or like Chad Tintim and Danny Garcia just skating the park where I'm warming up as well. Rob Gonzalez, and like I would go to Long Beach and I stayed with Levi Brown, and I would go film with Ricky the Dude, Ricky Bedenbaugh, and skating with Tony Tave. I would see Tony Tave. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Tony Tave's got one of the best styles. I don't know, like going to America, eating those Mexican burritos, and getting in a van, getting in the Element van was just like, whoa, oh my God, like going to Arizona with the Element team. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was just insane, like most amazing experience, you know. It's so cool to be part of that crew. I really appreciate like those guys for taking me in.
And you get to know a lot of interesting people outside the Element team, like Wes Kramer. Like Wes is amazing. Wes style it and the stuff he does, that's amazing. When did you get to know Wes?
Yeah, I met him in Finland when I went to Finland for a contest, and Wes was there because one of his best friends, Marius, he's from
Yeah,
Finland, and
Marius
Wes came
Sivanen.
to the contest, and yeah. And then basically, I've been going to Finland every year because I went to there with Pirka to stay with Pirka, and they're like all friends anyway. So it was basically just like middle of the night. We were partying, went to the bar, and after the bar, we went to the house and played some foosball, you know, some foosball, and 5 a.m. in the morning, and with Wes, and I'm not sure if Tyler was there, but Wes and Marius and the homie Pablo and homie Yese, like a lot of friends, like, and Wes was just like another homie, like just one of us. But of course, I had seen his video part and really respected his skating, and I don't know. Wes kind of has a good memory, so he remembered me, and we've been friends like ever since.
You've been on,
I was skating for DC
yeah, yeah, and you were on
already
trips
then,
together.
I think, or that's when I started. Yeah, and then I started skating for DC, and that's it. Then we went to every month we would meet in a different continent. It was insane.
What was the difference going on to skate trips like with your homies back in the day, like when you did travel to Barcelona versus the trips to Arizona and stuff? What was the difference?
Well, a little bit more serious, you know, those Arizona and going on DC trips because there was actually a filmer. Like I guess a little bit more serious, but for me, it was always like about skateboarding. I always did it for skateboarding, and so I always try to film the best that I could because I wanted to be like Stefan Janoski or whatever, you know, I wanted to recreate his stuff. So for me, there was not a big difference except that Chad Tintin was like the homie all of a sudden. Instead of my favorite skater, now we're in the van together, you know. So that was the difference. Like Chad was there, and I don't know, Ray Barbie was there, you know, Mark Appleyard. All of a sudden, I'm rolling joints from Mark Appleyard. Okay, you know what I mean? Those guys are just so nice that they make you feel like a homie straight away.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
was
sure.
pretty much the same thing as going with your friends.
Yeah, sure. And did how did it feel like you're right now you're one of the top skaters in the world, like someone probably who you were admiring long ago, like your favorite skater, probably told you that you're one of the best skaters. How did that feel when someone did tell you that?
Well, usually the guys are like, "Yeah, I really love your skating," and I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" Like, okay. I'm just very happy, you know. It makes me feel happy. When Chad Muska puts a comment on my Instagram photo, I'm just like, ah, I'm starstruck. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
Day One, I talked to Day One a little bit, and he's like, "Yo, I love your skating, man." I was like, "Okay, I love your skating." You know what I mean? So it's kind of insane. Like I used to watch people skate on TV on some Eurosport. You know Eurosport?
Yeah, yeah.
I would watch people skate on Eurosport, and now just like a month ago, 2 months ago, I go to Brazil, and this guy's like, "Yo, you skate really good. I really like your skating, man." And I can't believe it because this is the same guy I used to fan out on watching Eurosport. But I guess in the end, I just tried to copy him, and he saw that I was trying to copy him, so he appreciates it. Maybe.
And what was like skating career for you? It was like you sometimes you didn't want to skate and you just were getting try after try and really giving it the fullest, or was it always just like fun and enjoyment and like when you did not get trick, you didn't get piece off and or you didn't it was like for fun, the hard trying over and over again. Did it ever piss you off or was it always fun?
No, I'm just like everybody else. When I try a trick and it doesn't work out, I'm kind of pissed. But when I'm not filming and when I'm just skating, then I would just start trying something else. But if I'm filming, then mostly I just keep trying and I keep trying and I keep trying, and then it either gets dark or I get hurt or I make the trick. And what matters the most for the team manager, like for the team manager that paid for your ticket, paid for your food, paid for your hotel, all that he cares about is that you actually try. He, of course, he wants you to succeed and make the trick, but if he sees you that you're not trying, then there's no point of paying you the train ticket. So I understood that always. So I would always just try at least. So even if it didn't work out, I would just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry" to the filmer, to the team manager, and they'd be like, "No, don't worry, man. We see the try, and it didn't work out. It's okay." So, but definitely easiest is when it's no not forced and when you're happy. Like when I'm trying my tricks and when I do it for fun, that's when it's the best. But to film a good video part, the fun stuff can turn into a nightmare. And it happened to me many times.
Yeah, sure. What was like the most tries you ever did? Like, did you come back somewhere like 3 times or 4 times?
Yeah, definitely. One time I even left the continent and went back after like 2 months. Took a flight back in 2 months just to do that trick again. And many times I've done trying so many times, just jumping and jumping, jumping, that when I go home, I piss blood. Like my piss comes out red from jumping too much. So then I'm like, okay, I crossed the line right there. Like I should be chilling more. I should take care of my body because that's most important.
Yeah, sure. It's amazing the dedication that skateboarding takes. A lot of people don't know how much skateboarding actually takes. And how's your body right now? Like, do you feel any soreness or it's okay from the health perspective?
I still skate. I'm still skating, still filming, but yeah, definitely feeling the soreness. And my left knee is hurting. My right ankle is hurting. So hopefully I can do some yoga or do some stretching. That's why I went in the ice cold water today. And yeah, I'm trying to like take it easy sometimes, but also skate because I don't want to not skate. If I take it easy too much, then the muscles are not ready to skate because skateboarding is gnarly and you kind of have to force it sometimes. So the body is feeling good. I can still jump down some stuff, but it's hard to do it 7 days in a row, maybe. I could do it 3 days in a row, but to go and do 7 days in a row, I could probably still do it. It's all in the head, but you got to take care of the body too. You got to listen to your body.
Yeah, sure, sure. The cold water is perfect. It's like great for the body. Helps body recover a
Yeah, I
lot.
go in the sauna, I go to cold water, I go do some yoga with my lady and stretch by myself, do some meditation here and there, go walking and climbing trees and I don't know, playing guitar, like moving my ankles while playing the guitar, to keep the rhythm. So everything I do it in order to be able to skate.
What your typical day looks like?
Uh, there's no such thing as a typical day for me. Every day is different. But I try to sleep as long as I can, try to eat some good stuff, and usually also some cookies and candy and ice cream. And then try to go skate. If I don't skate, then I do some stretching. Sometimes I like watch a movie, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I play the guitar, sometimes I go to the skate park and I film with the GoPro instead of skating myself. Sometimes I go with my lady to the skate park and she films me, or I teach her how to skate, or like every day is different, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this life, that I don't have like a routine.
That's amazing. That's amazing that every day is different. Not a lot of people have it like this. And what's it like to be a pro skater? Like you
Yeah,
don't have to go to typical 9 to 5 job and spend the whole time at the job and after that go skate. Like what's it like to be a pro skater?
it's super awesome, but of course, every profession, everything you do in life has its pluses and minuses, if you want to look at it in that sense, because it's super cool to not have a routine. But then if I don't have a routine, I really want a routine because I want to be stable and I want to have a routine and I want to be able to know what I'm going to do the next day and don't have to worry what's going to happen in a month, which nobody should be doing it in the end anyways. But yeah, sometimes I go on trips and like I don't really miss home too much, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, shit, I wish I was at home and going to the beach with my friends and chilling, but you know, it can be tough sometimes too. So you have to really want it, you have to really love it, and then you can do it because in the end, you're going to do what you want to do. And it's just like determination. You got to have a lot of determination and persistence and love. You got to have love for what you do and how you do it. So I don't know, because going on skate trips, it's pretty tough. Sometimes the guys don't accept you. You have to like stand your ground and be strong and have to be able to laugh about yourself. Yeah, you have to be able to laugh about yourself. You have to be able to go away for a long time in a country that you have no idea how to speak their local language. And you go to China and you got to eat this food that you've never seen before, and it's kind of makes you want to throw up. But you got to appreciate these things. You got to appreciate the differences and meet all these people. And yeah, you're gonna have a schedule, so you can't be like, oh, today I don't want to go to a new country, I want to stay here. And like there's gonna be a long day skating, and after the long day skating, the guys are gonna be like, yo, let's go to the bar, let's go to the bar. All right, let's go to the bar. You got to say yes. But actually, the last DC trips, I've been saying no. I said no to Wes and the homies, and was just like, I probably should have went, because going to a party and to dance a little bit is good for the muscles and good for the next day, so you can skate again instead of just chill, chill, chill.
Yeah, sure.
But whatever, you just gotta love what you do, and it's a gradual thing.
Yeah, and what about injuries? Because you have quite some injuries. What's that like?
Oh well, that's pretty tough. Having injuries is very tough, because when you have an injury, then you don't want to skate, and to go skate, you kind of have to force yourself. You gotta have to do some stretches. You gotta have to work on your body, and you're gonna have to want to skate. Well, when you just get an injury, of course you want to skate, but you cannot. And later on, after doing it so many times, it's like, oh fuck, I don't even want to skate because my shit hurts. I want to skate mentally, but my bodies are like, oh my god. But it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm still skating. I still do it and stay healthy and stay happy. And I want to skate and I skate and I'm still trying to go out and film and believe in eternal life. But let's see. Let's see. I'm not trying to worry about the future too much, even though the feet are getting older. But I believe in the power of the mind and the power of yeah, the mind basically. Mind over matter. Like Wes would say, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Just go.
That's true, man. That's a good point. That's true. Spiritually, like, in what do you believe? Like, that what is afterlife?
Oh, I don't believe that kind of stuff. I believe in now, the moment I'm living in now. I don't care about what happens after life because most probably after life I'm not going to be in this body with these thoughts, with this brain. So I believe that after life we dissolve and become the earth, ashes to ashes.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And what did you want to say? That I interrupted you?
I wanted to say that with my friends, we have a crew, we have a posse that's called Pistaisny. That's like a mentality. Pistaisny, which means just go forward, don't look to the right, don't look to the left, just go forward. And like with skateboarding, that's a very good analogy because just don't think about it. Just follow where your skateboard takes you. You do a trick, and once you land the trick, the skateboard is going to go right or left. You just follow. Just follow. Just pistaisne, which is actually means fuck forward, but it's a mentality.
That's great. That's great in landing the trick because yeah, just go for it. Like, don't think if you bail,
Yeah,
if
there's
you
never ending line, just keep skating, like do a line.
amazing. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Okay, Matters, do you have something to say to the listeners?
No? Do you have something to say to me before we say goodbye? Like some more questions?
I'll probably wrap this up so we can enjoy your time in Lithuania. It was an honor to have you here because you're, like I said, one of the best skaters in the world. So having you in this podcast means a lot to me. It's really, really appreciated. So thank you for having
Thank you,
me.
man. I appreciate it a lot. I hope to meet you in person one day and get to skate Bratislava.
Yeah, sure, sure. We can make that happen
One
once
day I want to
all
go
these
skate
COVID restrictions are done.
with Roman and Marek. I want to go skate with you guys.
Yeah, sure. Sure, man. So,
Mhm.
okay, thank you a lot. All your listeners, you can share this podcast on Instagram to get it to the most people you can. Tag Matters. Your Instagram is Matters Apse. You don't have any underscore, none of that stuff. So, yeah. And tag
No,
me, Mario underscore CRKON. Tag us, tell us what you think about the podcast and how you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank for listening till
and
the end. And
one last thing.
yeah.
Do not force it. Just go with the flow. Do not force it because if you force it, then it's not gonna look natural. Just keep things natural and do it for the love. And doesn't matter if it's cold or if it's hot or if it's too windy. Just go. Precisely.
Yeah, that's another great point. That's another great
That's
point.
it.
Thanks a lot. It's been an honor. Have a good
All right,
time.
thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your day.
All right, thank you.